To a rocky start with 3 straight losses in Anaheim. Tonight, he'll get the support of the home crowd, where the Nationals have won 10 of 11 and carry the 5th best winning percentage in baseball. Game 1, Nats Pirates, NASN HD.
Washington Nationals baseball.
One word in the minds of the Nats, and that's finally home. Davey Johnson still trying to get that first W. Hey, look who's 2 games out of first place, the Pirates, and look who's back home. Johnson's Nats. It's about time. The Nationals have played fewer home games than any team in baseball. Bob and FP, interesting ball clubs here. They're both getting it done with pitching. Neither hits a whole lot, but both playing a whole lot better than they have in recent years.
Yeah, you look at this series at the beginning of the season and you mark July 1st, you're like, really? But this is a good game. I mean, you look at the Pirates, they're having a fantastic season. They're 2 games out of first place. They're playing great baseball. I talked to their manager today, Clint Hurdle, and he said they've had 7 sellouts at home this year. That's more than they had all last season. So groundswell of support in Pittsburgh. They're hungry for a winner, and we know the Nationals, they're playing great too.
Pirates are actually over 500 on the road at 22-19, and the Nats are 9-7 against the Central this year. Pitching matchup, Charlie Morton was supposed to pitch the game. They got rained out here, which is the reason for tomorrow's doubleheader. And then Tom Gorzolani, the ex-Pirate, facing some teammates.
Yeah, Charlie Morton working on 11 days rest today. He had arm fatigue, so they're giving him some time off. He gave up 6 earned runs and 8 hits in 2 innings against Baltimore's last outing. So a little fatigue, had a good first half of the season. All of a sudden, he's hit the wall. So they gave him a little bit of rest. They're working on even getting an extension, getting his sinker back down the strike zone. And Tom Gorzolani coming off a great start against the White Sox. 7 innings, 8 strikeouts through 112 pitches, and basically saved the bullpen after that 14-inning game.
And you know, the Nats and the Pirates are in different divisions, but geographically, Washington's about as close to Pittsburgh as anybody in baseball. And these 2 teams, while not contenders in recent years, have had some great battles, whether it's been in the Berg or here at home. So it's the Nats and the Pirates. It's a 3-day, 4-game series. Look forward to lots of baseball this weekend. Brought to you by AT&T, the nation's fastest mobile broadband network. And by Mitsubishi Electric Cooling and Heating. To find a dealer near you, visit MitsubishiComfort.com. Time to get Davey a win. Time to get the ball club a win. The Nats have dropped 3 in a row. Not many streaks like that lately. They'll exchange lineup cards with Clint Hurdle. And looking over them, home plate umpire Alan Porter. Visit Trane.com for an independent Trane comfort specialist dealer near you. Hard to stop a Trane. Look at the humidity. 29%. What are we, out in the desert? And it's 90 degrees here in our nation's capital tonight. It's delightful. Pirate fans feel the same way about their young outfielder, Andrew McCutchen, who this season is hitting .429 against the Nats, and for his career hitting .358 with 5 home runs against Washington. He had a 3-home run game against the Nats in the Berg last year. He bats third, and we will familiarize you with some of those unfamiliar names in the Pirates lineup that Tom Gorzelani will be facing tonight. It's his 12th start, and FP, how good was he last Saturday in Chicago?
Outstanding against the White Sox. Gave up 1 earned run in 7 innings, 8 strikeouts through 112 pitches. If you remember, that was the night after the 14-inning game. So he, in essence, won the Sunday game on Saturday by saving the bullpen. Fastball, change, slider, curve for Gorzelani. Opponents are hitting .253.
1-0 with a 3 ERA in 5 games, 4 starts against his former teammates. First pitch of the game is a high strike, and we're underway at 7:06. Nats 22-13 at home. The Bucks are 22-19 on the road. They've actually played better away from PNC Park than they do there. That's right on the corner. Alan Porter is the junior member of the umpiring crew. These guys will do some shuffling tomorrow with the doubleheader. Fielding Culbreth first base, crew chief Gary Cedarstrom at second, Adrian Johnson at third. Gorzelani 0-2 on the first hitter, Alex Presley. And he'll pop it out into left center. Roger Bernardina tracking it for the first out of the game.
The defense for the Nats tonight behind Tom Gorzelani. Nix, Bernardino, and Worth in the outfield. Desmond and Zimmerman on the left side. Espinosa, Morse on the right side. And Wilson Ramos doing the catching. Lance Nix has that Achilles, the sore Achilles that he's been nursing lately. So we'll keep an eye on him tonight in left, see how he's moving around.
Davey Johnson had some real specific thoughts about his outfield today. We'll share those with you. He wants to see Lance Nix in the lineup more, even against some left-handed pitching. Here's Chase d'Arnaud. He's a 24-year-old infielder from Torrance, California, who went to Pepperdine. And a lot of these young bucks are getting playing time. This is only his 25th Major League at bat, playing in his 7th game. d'Arnaud was hitting .280 at Indianapolis when they called him up this week. How about the DL? Pedro Alvarez, Ryan Domit, Scott Pierce, Chris Snyder, Jose Tabata, all on the DL for the Pirates, who really weren't that experienced a Major League team to begin with. Now they've gotten even younger. Gorzelani has another hitter, 0-2. This time he's going to give up a line drive base hit, though. Ball takes a wicked skip, almost twisting its way away from Jason Worth. So that's a couple of 0-2 pitches and 2 swinging hitters for 1 hit for the Bucks so far.
You mentioned all those guys on the DL, and Neil Walker has a bad back. He strained his back the other day, missed Thursday's start, missing another game today. So yeah, the Buccos are all banged up.
Andrew McCutchen will be next. This guy's out there every day for this ball club, one of the really good young players in this league. 78 games, 293 at bats. He doesn't lead off anymore because he leads them in home runs with 11 and RBIs. He's second to Walker with 41. 4 for 9 career with 2 RBIs against Tom Gorzelani. Third is that .358 I talked about. 3 of those 5 home runs coming in 1 game last year. Leonard gets a good jump. Pitch outside. Ramos, no chance.
It didn't matter if he caught that pitch or not. That base was stolen. d'Arnaud went first move right there. Even as Wilson Ramos catches his ball, no shot. Look at the speed right there. Look at the jump. That base was stolen on Tom Gorzelani.
Pirates have stolen 59 bases this year. They're top 6 in the league. And they have to do that because they're 12th in batting average, 13th in runs, and 12th in home runs. And Gorzelani pretty much all in the strike zone so far. He just made one 0-2 pitch a little too good a moment ago. Clint Hurdle 41-39 at the helm of the Bucks. Just 2 games behind Milwaukee and St. Louis in the Central. 3-1.
He's like a proud papa talking about his team today, saying how we just scrap and claw and do whatever we can to win baseball games. And he's saying that they're a lot like the Montreal Expos used to be, where nobody's really established. They're all fighting to stay at the major league level. They're all trying to prove themselves at this level. You don't have too many veterans down there. These guys are playing day to day and trying to show that they belong here. When you have that, you got guys that are going to play hard every single night.
And a fastball way up, walks McCutchen. And suddenly the Pirates have 2 on 1 out with Matt Diaz coming out. Matt Diaz has always been an interesting hitter. In his days with Atlanta, Bobby Cox really knew how to use this guy. He'd bat .300 frequently, like 06, 327, 07, 338, 09, 313. And now he's batting cleanup for the Pirates.
Yeah, be careful right here. 8 hits in his last 17 at-bats against left-handers.
Ooh. How about a cleanup guy? And I'm knocking on wood here, okay? Not to jinx it. No home runs on the year. They just love the way he swings the bat. Time had been called. No pitch, and then d'Arnaud will be sent back to second base.
Check out d'Arnaud on second base. He had a pretty good jump once again.
And that was his teammate, Diaz, asking for time there and getting it. Is that the first time we've ever seen a player on the back of his jersey, the first letter of his last name is a small letter? d'Arnaud.
I've never seen it before.
I would have loved that in Montreal. But FP, you were with that Montreal organization as an up-and-coming player, then a major leaguer. I know the constant turnover had to irritate the fans as they couldn't afford to keep their good players, but it was an organization of opportunity.
And that's what the Pirates are right now. You talk about the rich history in that city, and all of a sudden they're excited about their team again. 2 games over 500, 3 games over 500, 2 games out of first place.
Breaking ball in on the hands of Diaz.
And you get that opportunity first go around. You talk about some of the guys in the lineup tonight. Presley, 11 major league at-bats. d'Arnaud, 24 major league at-bats. Harrison, 64. McKerney, 41 major league at-bats. These are guys that are going out there every single night trying to show their manager, show their general manager, show their teammates that they belong at this level. And what do you get from that? You get guys that are going out and playing every game like it's their last. I mean, you see that with Espinoza and Desmond, and even Michael Morse trying to establish himself this year as an everyday player. You get those kind of guys that are hungry every night to go out there and get that effort. You're going to win more games than you lose.
Target in on 0-2. Do you find then, after you've been around for a while as a veteran player, that energizes you as well?
Yes, it can, because you remember what it was like when you first got called up, and you start living vicariously through the 22, 23-year-olds that are getting their first shot. Now all of a sudden you see that and you're like, you know what? Because as an everyday guy, a guy that's been around for a while, all of a sudden maybe you're not taking it for granted, but you can take a day off while you're playing. You know how to kind of ease your way through a baseball game, pace yourself for a 162-game schedule, and maybe not panic if you go 0 for 4 because you have job security, where these guys are fighting. They're like salmon swimming upstream every single night trying to save their jobs and prove they belong here.
0-2 again, and a double play ball. Desmond Espinoza, 6-for-3. Tom Gorzolani out of the inning. Nats bats made some pretty good noise on the last homestand. Here they come after a tailor-made double play. It's by the UPS store. We love logistics. And while they're still last in the league in hitting at only .232, they're 12th in runs, top 6 in homers. And Ryan Zimmerman just loves Pittsburgh pitching. .415 against the battling Bucks with 12 RBIs. He's in the number 3 spot tonight. And Ryan hitting .245 on the year. He was all smiles today, coming off a wonderful event for about 500 of his closest friends here at the ballpark last night. Zim's a night at the park. It was very successful, and all that money raised for MS. Well done, Ryan. And of course, Ryan does that because of his mom and many other moms and families. Here's Bernardino. Rogers in a bit of a tailspin here. 0 for 13 in Anaheim, and he's 1 for his last 19. He'll show bunt and get Chase Darno on the move over at third base on Charlie Morton's first pitch.
Charlie Morton, he returns to the mound for the first time in 11 days. He skipped a turn in the rotation due to fatigue. Gave up 6 earned runs and 8 hits in 2 innings against the Orioles on June 20th. They've been working on his mechanics, working on him getting out front, a little more flexible, get some extension to where his sinker's down in the strike zone. A 2.52 ERA in his first 11 starts, but a 12.27 in his last 3.
And I guess the first thing you do when you hear something like that is look at his innings, which is 86 right now. He threw 180 innings last year between Pittsburgh and AAA Indianapolis, but he's never thrown more than 97 at the major league level. Bernardino lines one to left on a 3-1 pitch. Wouldn't you love to see more of that?
This swing is so pretty when he goes the other way. And check out the sinker from Morton, just out over the plate. Stay on that pitch, Roger Bernardino. Head down, good finish, great extension. Anytime you're smoking the ball that way as a left-hander with speed, you got a chance for a lot of hits.
Michael McHenry, rather inexperienced catcher at the major league level behind the plate, has caught 2 out of 8 stealing. They got him in a trade from Boston earlier this year. But it's all about the pitchers and how they hold guys. Bernardino danced off the bag and stayed there while a strike was delivered to Worth. There's McHenry, McKenry. And they needed some catching help. Amazing the injuries the Pirates have been dealing with. Bernardino's running. That ball got in on the hands of Jason Worth. It'll be strike 2.
Let's check out the Pirates' defense behind Charlie Morton tonight. Presley, McCutchen, and Diaz in the outfield. Cedeno, Darno on the left side. Harrison and Overbay on the right side. And McHenry doing the catching.
.2 quickly. Bernardino back in. As I mentioned, Davey Johnson said some pretty direct things in his press briefing today, including when he saw the Nats and their new slugger in spring training, he envisioned Jason Worth as a number 5 hitter. None of this leadoff or number 2 stuff. FP, that'll be interesting to keep an eye on here in the first couple weeks of his regime. And if he hits line drives, he can hit wherever he wants. First and second, nobody out.
Yeah, I think the key to that is Ian Desmond. He starts swinging the bat, maybe you can hit him second. Danny Espinosa's got too much pop to be in that slot right now. And if Jason Worth keeps swinging like that, hitting line drives up the middle, like you said, partner, he can hit wherever he wants.
Did you see the bat quiver a little bit as it got him near the trademark, but strong enough to muscle it out there? And Ryan Zimmerman bats 2 on, nobody out. And it was interesting because Desmond was one of the 3 young players that Davey said could do better. Ramos another one, and Roger Bernardino.
And I think we all know that, but it's kind of cool to hear the manager say it. Not afraid.
Breaking ball outside, smothered by McHenry. Bernardino had a really good secondary lead, but you can't go with nobody out unless you know you're going to make it. I love it when we see those base runners 30, 40 feet off the bag when there's a ball in the dirt.
And they're aggressive. They're looking for ways to take an extra base. They've done that all season long very well.
Pirates are really cheating for a double play here up the middle. Zimmerman hits a lot of balls that way. That's outside 2-0. As Josh Harrison, the second baseman, is nearly behind Bernardino. Ryan wouldn't have to stay on a ball too long to hit it right between Harrison and Lyle Overbay on that right side. But he's going to hit it right at the shortstop for a 6-4-3 double play. Over to third base is Bernardino with 2 down. Pirates turn their 76th of the year.
That's one of those in your first at bat you're thinking, you know what, it stinks that I hit into a double play, but I squared that baseball up. I got my pitch in my spot. I hit it hard. I can't steer it off the bat. So if you're Ryan Zimmerman, you know what, you're 0 for 1. You hit into a double play, and it might have killed this first inning rally. But it's something to build on. You squared that baseball up and hit it hard, and that's all you can do as a hitter.
Lance Nix. And of course the discussion about him in left field came up because of the Hairston injury. And Jerry's on the DL now. And of course Rick Ankiel reactivated a left-handed hitter just like Nix. Davey Johnson made it pretty clear today that Roger Bernardino is his center fielder and Rick Ankiel is the 4th outfielder. And Lance Nix will be playing against lots of different pitching and playing left.
Well, he's such a good hitter. We've been kind of secretly wishing that he could have played against some left-handers up here all season long. And he does a nice job against them. Lets the ball get deep, doesn't try to do too much. He's not more of a singles, doubles guy against left-handers, but he can also run into one. And don't get me wrong, but he's good enough a hitter, smart enough a hitter, to where if he plays consistently against left-handers, he'll get his knocks.
1 for 3 career against Charlie Morton is Lance Nix. Hitters count. Lance Nix doesn't have many 2-0 and now 3-0 counts. And would Davey Johnson give him the green light here right off the get-go?
Absolutely.
I'm thinking, why not, even if Michael Morse is on deck? That's 4 in a row. Looks like the Pirates didn't want a whole lot to do with Lance Nix. And now the Nats have their third base runner of the first inning. How do you walk Lance Nix? That's 10 all year in 189 official at-bats. Then here comes Mike. Michael Morse's name and his statistics were on the ballot that was sent around to different press boxes today for National League Players of the Month for June. Right in there with a fastball. By the way, Prince Fielder, 10 homers, 27 RBIs this month. A lot of media are going to be voting for him. Mike's numbers great, just not that prolific.
Well, he's been the Nats Player of the Month. There's no doubt about that.
And if he played half his home games or half his games total in Milwaukee, he would do some serious damage. Outfield deep. Martin with a breaking ball that's in there, 0-2. Mike drove in 22 runs, had 8 homers in June. 1-2 or 1-4-2 career against this pitcher. And he'll just take an emergency hack to stay alive.
I would love to go watch some Little League games around the area and see how many kids are doing what Michael Morse does between pitches. You know there's got to be kids all over the D.C. area doing that right there. I know I would be.
Why not?
I'm doing it up here right now.
Ryan Zimmerman did it after hitting a home run the other night. Ryan had to attract attention somehow after they ignored him in the dugout for his first home run since coming back.
Silent treatment.
Yeah, that was fun. Corner situation, 2 outs, bottom of the first. 0-2 again to Morse. Charlie Morton is going right after him.
Sometimes,
fastball right in there.
Sometimes the last place you think about 0-2 is a fastball right down the middle.
Because the hitter's thinking anything but that.
Yeah,
right?
you're trying to protect. You're up there in battle mode. You're thinking fight, foul, a nasty pitch off, get yourself another chance. And the last thing you're looking for is a fastball center cut right down the middle. A lot of times it surprises guys.
Oh, 2, and Michael fights off another one.
Those are pretty good 0-2 pitches for a hitter. Flirting with disaster up there with a hot guy like Morse if you keep throwing that quality of a strike when you're that far ahead in the count.
He bounces one, and a good cover by McHenry. Bernardino singled. Went to second on one by Worth. Zimmerman hit into the double play ball. Roger at third base while Nix walked, and Michael Morse trying to, well, maybe put an early stamp on not only this game, the weekend, the entire homestand right here.
That's a big at-bat all of a sudden.
Bat goes, or at least part of it, foul. The ball's to the shortstop, and the Nats will strand a couple. But they did swing it pretty well in the bottom of the first inning.
A couple of outfield assists in the same inning the other day in Anaheim. And Pudge Rodriguez, a strike three to Torrey Hunter. He launched one into right field, and there's Brian Bixler. He's everywhere. Left field, center field, right field, backing up. And then this play by Roger Bernardino was just awesome. Hustling in the gap, cutting it off, picking up his target. Watch this throw. Right on the money to get Bobby Abreu. So a couple of outfield assists. Very nicely done by the Nationals outfield.
That's the way Luna will help you out. 70% off all flooring at 877-241-LUNA. Shop smart, shop Luna. They bring us our second inning look at interesting baseball things every night. Lefty-lefty matchup, and Lyle Overbay takes a strike. Veteran left-handed hitter who's hit safely 5 of his last 6, 274 career in his 10th year now. A college teammate of a former National, Ryan Church, out at Nevada, Reno. Chad Qualls went there. Joe Inglet was on that team. How about that with a Wolf Pack? This guy's always been a good hitter with a good RBI potential.
It's a two-man Wolf Pack.
Lyle Overbay has always hit the Nats well, whether with Arizona, Milwaukee, or Toronto before Pittsburgh. And the 0-2. Barzilani will throw a breaking ball to get a pop-up to Ian Desmond. Finally comes down for the first out. Tomorrow is, or rather Sunday, is Nickelodeon Day here at the ballpark. There will be appearances by my favorite guy, SpongeBob SquarePants, and Dora the Explorer will be here. All right, get the kids together. It's a family fun pack day anyway. Go to nationals.com/tickets. Nickelodeon Day. SpongeBob SquarePants at the ballpark. Now, if Bob the Builder would show up, I would be ecstatic. Ronnie Cedeno, the hitter. I did spy a Dora the Explorer backpack in the Pirates clubhouse today. That must be what the youngest member of the bullpen has to carry out there, huh?
Yep, absolutely.
Desmond circles around behind the play, and Michael Morse picks it on the hop. Well done on both ends.
You go Dora Explorer, you go Hello Kitty, or you could make a great play at shortstop. We'll check out the play by Ian Desmond going to his right. Good pick by Michael Morse. And how good has he been at first base? That's a nice play by Ian Desmond, but look at the pick right there. There's a little in-between hop, and he made it look simple.
I'll tell you how good. The number is 0. That's how many errors Michael Morse has made since taking over for Adam LaRoche. He's just been flawless. Second baseman Josh Harrison is next. So Ronnie Cedeno out in a hurry. Harrison's another one of these new bucks. He was hitting .318 at Indy when they recalled him June 28th. He's a 23-year-old infielder from Cincinnati, and by the way was once traded for Tom Gorzolani. A 3-for-2 from the Cubs when John Graybo and Tom both went to Chicago back in July of '09. Over by the barrier and trying to come back, but too deep for Michael Morse.
Unless that number has some hidden meaning, some significance to him, you got to go lower number when you get to the big leagues. I don't care how good your spring training was.
Great breaking ball. Tom Gorzolani continues his good pitching. How about Danny Espinosa starting to hit in July like he did in June? This happened 1-on-1 out, 5th inning, Wednesday in Anaheim.
And he blamed the shadows for it. He said he couldn't see the baseball. He said it was irresponsible of Major League Baseball to have that 4 o'clock start time in Anaheim. So he's on the DL, and now it's going to be interesting in left field what the Nationals do.
I doubt if it's going to be a platoon because Davey Johnson hinted today that Lance Nix will get some playing time. But there will be certain days that I'm sure we'll see Brian Bixler out there. And Brian has done just about everything this ball club has asked of him. So this will be interesting over the next couple of weeks. There's Danny Espinosa. And Davey Johnson familiar with that kind of injury. That being the top hand of Jerry Hairston, he said, is more dangerous than being the bottom hand.
Well, either way, it's not a good thing. And All the hitters we're talking about on the plane coming back from Los Angeles, they couldn't see a thing that whole game.
I swear I only saw 3 hits the other day, too. That can't be right. We were having a hard time seeing ourselves. And there's a fastball tailing away as Morton gets one past Espinosa on a 2-0 count. Danny Espinosa hitting .238 now. .444 in the late innings, and that one is just a double taken away by Chase d'Arnaud. Headlong dive to his right and very well played.
And last thing Danny Espinosa wants to hear in the dugout is way to swing it, but that was a beautiful swing. Nice play by d'Arnaud at third base. Playing back all of a sudden. Cat-like reflexes, ready for the baseball to be hit. I'll tell you what, playing third base, it always looked weird to me when a left-hander hit me a ball down there. It looks almost impossible. So you're sitting there, you're concentrating on the baseball, but when a lefty hits you a ball, it always surprises you. So way to be on your toes. That ball was smoked.
Here's Wilson Ramos. You know, and when you think about Danny Espinosa's left-handed at-bats, he doesn't hit many balls right down the line in left field. Just very unlucky not to be rewarded for great contact right there. Fastball inside corner. Ramos, 1 ball, 1 strike.
Anytime you see left-handed hitters hitting line drives the other way, it tells you a lot about the pitcher's two-seam fastball. If it's really sinking, those balls will be on the ground. If it's up in the strike zone, they'll be line drives.
All right, so we've seen some good signs here, huh?
Yeah.
2 hits, great contact by Zimmerman, hard contact Espinosa.
If it's a true sinker and it's running down like Jason Marquez does, and Bernardino's ball's to shortstop, Danny Espinosa's ball's on the ground to third base, but that ball's up in the zone. It's allowed him to elevate it.
He had Ramos reaching there. That's Ronnie Cedeno for the second out. We've got some early flow going here. It's brought to you by our Game Flow Corona, who invites you to find your beach. And please, whatever you do this holiday weekend, be responsible. Corona says relax responsibly. Make sure that this is a safe 4th of July weekend for you, your family, and your friends. Don't let anybody leave the house Sunday or Monday evening if they're not ready to drive. Here's Ian Desmond on the corner, strike 1. By the way, this is the only National League game tonight. Everybody else still playing Interleague. The Nats are done. And a chopper out to short. Cedeno on the move again. Easy inning thanks to his third baseman. For Charlie Morton, makes the good play on Espinosa, did d'Arnaud. And in our nation's capital, beautiful Friday night. Coming up, this is our AFCEA Sideline Report. Visit AFCEA.org, the association for IT pros. Debbie?
Well, in Tom Gorzelani's last outing last Saturday in Chicago against the White Sox, he pitched effectively, and he credited a lot of that to his breaking ball, which is working today, too.
One of those things that when I'm out there, I just got to think to myself is just to make sure I, stay on top of it and kind of finish it, and that's something I've been working on a lot in bullpens and in between each start, and it was effective, obviously on Saturday,
and hopefully that will continue today. Pitching coach Steve McCatty told me too he really liked the way he competed against the White Sox and used both sides of the plate, and especially how he went inside on hitters. Bob, FP?
Well, that's how he went 7 innings, 1 run, 7 hits, walked 1, struck out 8. Nats couldn't get any runs. They were shut down by Jake Peavy out of the bullpen. 3-0 Sox, but the Nats won the series the next day, and as FP made that important point after the Friday night marathon, he saved the bullpen with that outing so the Nats pen could nail it down Sunday. This is Michael McHenry, 26-year-old catcher from Knoxville, Tennessee. Deep short, Desmond gets it, flings it. Morse comes off the bag, tries to make the tag, but the runner was by him.
A pretty good effort on the back end by Michael Morse. Ian Desmond goes deep into the hole once again. Might have had time to plant right here with the catcher running. You stick your foot in the ground and plant that back leg, and he's got the big arm. Might have been a better decision. Hindsight's 20/20. He makes that play. I don't say a thing. But Michael Morse, a nice job on the back end with the short hop.
I'll tell you, Michael Morse is inventing ways to play first base right now with some of the stuff he's dealing with. He has just been so good over there. Charlie Morton, this year 4 sacrifices, 11 in his career. And by the way, the official scorer, Ben Tritipo, just made the announcement, but he didn't make it right away when he said base hit. I think they were considering downstairs whether that was a throwing error or not, but they did give McHenry the hit. Ball bunted on a hop. Gorzelani knocks it down, still has time, and that one's right into the runner. Now the lead runner will go to third, and that one almost got thrown away. Gorzelani went for the diving catch to try to get a double play, I believe, and that's what got the craziness started.
That's an aggressive mistake, though, trying to get the out. And once he doesn't, it gets ugly after that. A good effort right there by Gorzelani. A little short hop, and then tries to make the play at first base, and everybody's running everywhere. You see the big arm from Danny Espinosa just a little offline, too. So that's not one they're going to put on the highlight reel.
Yep. That ball was bunted in the air just far enough. The pitcher thought he could grab it. So the Gorzelani error sends McHenry to third. It's first and third, nobody out. Nats play the infield back against the leadoff man, Alex Presley. 25-year-old outfielder from Louisiana who played at Ole Miss. First pitch breaking ball outside. Gorzelani got him 0-2 first time and then flew him out to center field. Nationals with their 48th error of the year. That's a really good breaking ball.
Michael Morse has to be thinking at first base, I would love to field one in the air tonight. All the balls he's been getting have been short hops, long hops, in between hops, diving all over the place, making all the plays.
That last one was right into the runner. Fastball tapper. Michael Morse took a look at the runner to his right. Run scores as he goes to the bag, 1-0. RBI number 5 in 4 games for Alex Presley.
And that's when Tom Gorzelani probably is still thinking about it. If I'd have just fielded the ball normal, got the force out at second, or maybe just got the out at first base, all this wouldn't be happening. But he also has to figure this team is going to score some runs tonight, and that can't be the end of the world.
Runner at second, 1 out. Chase Darno, the hitter. Danny Espinosa is playing a very interesting second base position now. He will step back and retreat a bit. And that's a pitcher running.
I'm looking at Morton's numbers right now, and he does not have a stolen base, Bob. There's no need to hold that guy on.
One ball, one strike. There were a couple of finals today. The Cubs lost at home to the White Sox 6-4, and the Phillies, they just keep on winning. That's 52 wins for Philadelphia. They win at Toronto 7-6. Chase d'Arnaud 0-2 pitch first time, single to right, stole second, and was stranded there when Gorzelani threw the double play ball, ending the top of the first. Tom's got a good breaking ball going to hitters from either side of the plate tonight.
Well, sometimes the best breaking ball is the one that doesn't break. We talk about that all the time up here. That one was up in the strike zone. d'Arnaud thinking that ball was going to come back down, swinging to where it was going to be, and it stayed up.
Kinetic on the pitch track, providing world-class technology to our national and homeland security customers. Kinetic, North America. So 2 outs, and here's McCutchen. That would have been the 3rd out of the inning. So the run will be unearned here in the 3rd. Andrew drew a 4-pitch walk first time. Dangerous guy here, first base open, batter on deck with no home runs. But as FP said early in the ball game, and the Nats are convinced they'll get some offense going.
And batter on deck's the hottest hitter in baseball against lefties, 8 for his last 17. So McCutchen does have a little protection.
1 ball, 1 strike. Has not delivered in this situation this year, although he has 41 RBIs. Right off the end of his bat, it's a race over to first. Morse to Gorzelani. It's behind him and off his bare hand. I thought Morton might try to score, but the pitcher decided to stay at third base. That'll be Michael Morse's first error on a throw behind the pitcher.
And turn it into a Halloween inning for the Nationals defensively. And they did catch a break. I thought Morton would have scored very easily right here if he'd have just walked home. And a throw behind Gorzelani tries the bare hand. But if Morton keeps going, he scores very easily. That ball kicks away. Sometimes you lose the baseball. But if he keeps rolling, you look at Gorzelani trying to get the bare hand right there. Just didn't lead him enough. As a first baseman, you just throw it to the base and you hope that he gets there in time. But a little squibber, and this had trouble written all over. You know, with the speed of McCutchen, the guys are going to probably try to do too much right there because of his speed.
And my view of the play showed that Morton came about halfway down the third base line. Gorzelani didn't have a handle on it yet, and then he went back.
Well, he came about halfway down the third baseline, stopped, and then started again. And even after he stopped, if he would have kept going, started again, and went home, he would have still been safe. So in that sense, as ugly as that play was, the Nats catch a break.
Matt Diaz hit into the 6-4-3 double play ball first time. So Tom Gorzelani still 1 pitch away from keeping this a 1-0 game. But these are the feisty Pirates these days, putting the ball in play, running the bases, and using some speed to pressure you, which McCutchen can do out of that number 3 spot. Target is in. And Tom Gorzelani got him to take an inside-out swing there.
And McCutchen has 15 stolen base and is first and third, 2 outs, 0-2 count. If he's thinking about going right here, I guarantee you the Nationals throw through.
Sure.
You got a pitcher on third base. He's not really a threat for the double steal. So Wilson Ramos, be quick right here. He has a chance to throw out McCutchen.
Wonder if they would send him here anticipating an off-speed pitch.
And 2 strikes, 2 outs, generally speaking, as a team, you don't throw through. You just eat it, let the guy get to second base, worry about getting the hitter out. But in this case, with a pitcher on third base, you can go ahead and throw through.
McCutchen a short lead.
You just have to make sure as a middle infielder that if he does get a good jump and you think the base is stolen, that you field the baseball. If he's got the bag stolen, don't try to pick it. Don't try to make a spectacular play at second. Just come up and field the baseball and make sure that that guy stays at third.
Long third inning. Gorzelani had thrown 25 pitches total in the first 2 innings. And he's up in the low 40 range here. We've seen a single, 2 errors. Target in on 1 and 2. Up and away. Matt Diaz went fishing. And Tom Gorzelani minimizes the damage. He'll lead off in the third after the unearned run puts the Pirates on top. '09 actually traded to the Cubs in the '09 season wearing the black and gold of the Pirates. His best season there was 14-10 in '07 when he made 32 starts and pitched 202 innings. He pitched his only career complete game shutout that year.
Well, he looks much better in that uniform right there.
By the way, when he won those 14 games, that was the most by a Pirates rookie since Denny Nagel did 14 back in '96. Tom Gorzelani this year still hunting his first base hit, 0 for 19, an .076 career hitter. A little bit inside and 2-0.
Automatic take if you're Tom Gorzelani.
Why not? It's ball 3.
Green light him. I would take 2 right here.
The pitcher just ran the bases a little bit. Charlie Morton.
See, this is where I would fill up the count if I was Tom Gorzelani. I mean, he can swing right here. He's in a good count, but why not make him at least throw 5 bullets? You don't have a hit all season long. Make him fill up the count and see if he can throw a strike 3 too.
And he did not. Walks him to lead off the 3rd. Somebody in the ballpark is saying to the guy next to him, boy, that'll make the manager mad.
I don't think anybody needs to say it to Clint Hurdle. He is mad. That's like an error. You walk the opposing pitcher that hasn't had a hit all season long. That might as well be an error.
Top of the order now, Roger Bernardino with a sweet swinging line drive to left field, single, first time up.
That's one of those swings you just got to put in the computer. You had a line drive to left field like that. Remember everything you did right on that swing. See it in your mind. Go up there again and try to repeat.
I bet our video guy Eric Dalton saw that and said, I got to make a bunch of copies of this, every angle we can find, because Roger's going to want to see that.
Yeah, look at your good tapes. A lot of guys look at their bad swings, try to find out what they're doing wrong. Look at your good swings and remember what you're doing right.
This time it's quickly 0-2.
And positive mental imagery, positive feedback.
Yeah, you know who the guy would be to ask about that? Tony Gwynn.
Well, that's what he did.
He did. You know, he was the first guy that really used the video, and I wonder how much he looked at his good stuff as opposed to the other.
He only looked at his good stuff, and I know that for a fact. He would watch his good swings and try to emulate them, duplicate them. He never watched his bad swings at all, which, you know what, that was probably a really short film.
Yeah, I was going to say, how many were there?
Yeah, I mean, Tony Gwynn could just probably rewind any game in his whole career and see good swings, but a lot of guys sit there and they watch their bad swings and, oh, that's what I'm doing wrong, but that's negative imagery. Why would you want to see that? See the good swing, see what you did right, and then just keep locking it in.
1-2 to Roger. Saw Rick Eckstein there. It was so great to see his brother, David Eckstein, visit the Nats clubhouse in Anaheim the other day. One of the most delightful guys to ever put on a major league uniform and one of the great overachievers ever.
And he seemed very happy, didn't he?
Yeah, he was very content in his retirement. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Bernardino with another line drive, and it's dropped. It's going to be 4-3-6. You know, had he caught it, he would have had Bernardino doubled off, or rather, Gorzelani doubled off first base anyway. So Josh Harrison gets that thing started.
That ball was scalded by Bernardino. Another good swing by Roger. Hey, check out the swing. That ball gets out to second base in a second. And once he drops it, there's not a whole lot you can do. That's just a big league hang with him.
Nats continue to hit the ball well here.
Right at people. They got to start finding some holes.
Bases empty, 2 outs for Jason Worth. Worth singled up the middle after being jammed first time.
That's when you hear comments from your other infielders. Josh Harrison's here and way to slow it down and nice try. And that's why he's laughing out there at second base. When you drop a line drive hit right at you, as long as it ends up in a double play, it's all good, but I'm sure he's hearing it from his buddies in the infield.
Yeah, he probably dropped it in his haste to double up Gorzelani, who had no chance to get back to the bag. It turns out okay for the Pirates.
Or I meant to do that.
How about the size of the cap he's got on there?
They're still getting after him.
Hey, they're playing loose, aren't they?
Yeah, they're
having fun.
Why wouldn't you have fun playing at this level?
Somebody told me once it is a game. Breaking ball is low to Jason Worth, 2-1. Well, Clint Hurdle knows all about the pressures of a young player. He was a big bonus baby, as they called it back then. His major league career never lived up to what the expectations were as a player. That's a called strike, 2-2. Two guys who come to mind in that vein: Billy Beane, the general manager of Oakland. I mean, he was supposed to be a Hall of Famer before he ever put on a pro, or at least a major league uniform. Doesn't always work out that way. Some become GMs and some become managers.
Those who can do, those who can't teach, or become GMs.
Nationals back home for their 36th home game of the year. This is their 82nd game. That's how few home games the Nats have actually played this year. We'll get caught up here over the next 10 days. 2-2 to Worth, and he'll pop it up to short left field for Alex Presley. Actually, the shortstop. It's so short, he'll take it. Nats got the leadoff walk, and the double play took care of that. 1-0 Pirates after the early innings. Interrupt some ice cream on a warm Friday night. 1-0 Pirates, fourth inning coming up. Celebrate Monday with us, 4th of July. Nats and Cubs at 1:05. First 20,000 fans, a free patriotic cap presented by 106.7 The Fan, nationals.com/tickets. And we're holding the cap. It is gorgeous. It's adjustable. It's a red Nats cap with a curly W with the stars and stripes. It is wonderful. Come and join us on Monday. Then you go wear it to your barbecue.
Another good crowd tonight.
Yeah, it's going to be a great weekend. Traditional doubleheader tomorrow, 3:35 and 7:05. We're not allowed to carry the first game. We'll be keeping score and tracking the game for you, and then join you at 7:05. That ball well hit by Lyle Overbay, right center. Bernardina is there, and he grabs it right in front of Geico. That might make the Geico highlights.
Well, I thought he got it. It's tough to tell up here, but Gorzelani's given up 12 home runs this year. It had the sound. This ball squared up, and I thought it had the distance, maybe just a little bit too high. Got under that ball a little bit, and Roger Bernardina doing a nice job of finding the wall, knowing where you're at, and making the play.
Tom Gorzelani has given up 19% of the total staff home runs this year. Nats have only given up 63 while hitting 76. So that's great. It stayed in the park about 390 feet away. And here's Ronnie Cedeno. Fastball, yes, it's 1-1. And a base hit right field. Remember when Ronnie Cedeno was hitting number 200?
He's on fire. Bobby came in on a 483 clip, 14 for his last 29. He's locked in.
And the Nats on a good clip as well. Only the Yankees better since the end of May. The Nats ended June at 17-10. Braves, Twins, Red Sox all trailing. Action-packed table games, red hot slots, Hollywood Casino, Charlestown races, West Virginia with our league leaders. 1-on, 1-out, Josh Harrison the hitter. He goes up and takes a real healthy swing. These young Bucks are holding their own. It's his 19th game. He's hitting .281, spelling Neil Walker at second base. And the 0-1 pitch, grounded, cut off. Zimmerman, Espinosa. That's a 5-4-3. And Danny Espinosa really hung in there well against speedy Ronnie Cedeno. Zimmerman will lead off after engineering the double play. Bottom of the fourth coming up.
Inning double play one more time. If you remember in Anaheim on Wednesday, Ryan Zimmerman threw a similar ball away. Good feed right there to Danny Espinosa. Great turn, hanging tough, like Bob said on the way out. Watch Danny Espinosa hang in there. In traffic, good feed by Ryan Zimmerman. Great double play. And as an infielder, when you throw one away and you could do the same play and seal the deal and make a good throw, all of a sudden that last throw is gone. It's out of your mind. And Ryan Zimmerman was here early today working on his throwing again once in the cage, trying to get the mechanics straight so that he can compensate for the surgery that he had. And you see the results right there. Nice play. 4
double plays in this game. Michael McKenry, top of the fifth, leading off. Pardon me, he will after the bottom, and Zimmerman now. Ryan at .245 coming in, hit into the 6-4-3 double play ball, first time up. It's time to get the bats moving. Last time the Nationals scored a run, the 4-run 6th inning in Anaheim on Tuesday. So they're scoreless now for the last 15 innings. Nasty breaking ball, really well done, had Ryan reaching. Nationals have Trent Jewett coaching first base. Dan Radisson no longer on the coaching staff. Let go yesterday. Pat Corrales, of course, is in the dugout as the bench coach, making his return in a Nats uniform.
So is he the full-time first base coach now? Because Trent Jewett's been interim everything in the last week or so.
I think he's going to coach third base tomorrow, the pitchers on Sunday, and the bullpen on Monday.
Interim manager, interim bench coach.
He can do it all.
He can.
He told me he'd like to try a couple of innings of play-by-play.
Interim play-by-play guy.
3 balls and 2 strikes. I, of course, referred him to our producer. Nats have 2 hits, all of those in the first 2 batters of the game. Zimmerman gets jammed, flares it to center, and it's grabbed as Harrison holds on this time. Serious range by Josh Harrison.
Yeah, we talk all the time about Danny Espinosa going all over the place for pop-ups. That was incredible range. Josh Harrison went a long way for that baseball, not just in the outfield, but on the shortstop side. He's playing Zimmerman to pull to start with, but watch where he goes for this baseball. And that is a long way. That had base hit written all over it, but he said, I'm going to get that baseball, whatever it takes. That was in traffic, too. Great play.
And it stuck well right on the top of the heel of his glove. He didn't really get that thing in the pocket. Here's Lance Nix. Anytime you make a play like that in front of a slugger like this, batting against a right-hander, that could be big for Pittsburgh. Nix walked first time up as Morton pitched around him with a runner aboard and 2 outs. Or at least it appeared he did. He missed 4 in a row, none of them close.
That's the best pitch of the day from Charlie Morton. Front hip sinker, 2-seamer, lots of late run on it. And I think it might have fooled Alan Porter. That was a good pitch.
1-1 to Nix. Breaking ball, and he ends up swinging one-handed at it.
Another good breaking ball. So all of a sudden, Charlie Morton's got it going on. He caught a few breaks early, some line drives right at people. Now you're seeing some pretty good stuff.
One and 2 to Lance Nix. Gets a piece of the breaking ball to stay alive.
And maybe with Morton, you have 11 days rest between starts. You're a sinker ball guy. You come out a little bit strong. You remember Jason Marquis, after he served his suspension, was a little bit strong his next start. Sinker ball guy, 2-seam fastball guy. Morton up in the strike zone early. He's starting to get a little bit of feel for his off speed and his 2-seamer.
He gets off speed to strike out Lance Nix. That'll be his first strikeout tonight. Bases empty, 2 outs. PNC, our minor league report, solutions that help you achieve your financial goals. PNC for the achiever in you. We keep talking about that Eastern League All-Star Brad Peacock. He'll be at the Futures game with Bryce Harper, leading the minors with 121 Ks, 9 wins leads his league, and a very good ERA to go with it. Dillon. Brad Peacock is 23 years of age, from Palm Beach. Nats drafted him, and how about this? A 41st rounder 5 years ago. Came into this season 19 and 35, so he is figuring things out for the Nats. Michael Morse bouncing ball to short first time. Waits for that one. Rifles it to left. And over to grab it, Alex Presley. Nats are gone in the 4th inning. And the scoreless streak continues. we usher in the holiday weekend, but whoever called for takeout and ordered pierogies should be fined. The Pittsburgh pierogies show up, wipe out 3 of the presidents, and George will back in with the W. I hate when they do that.
Yeah, you too, Dad. Let's go Nats. Number 1 or 3 or 4.
Geico President's Race. Handsome family at the ball game tonight, ushering in the holiday weekend. And the Nats down by 1. Gorzelani will face McHenry, Morton, and Presley. 8, 9, and 1 for the battling Bucks here in the 5th inning. Pittsburgh Pirates 2 games over 500. 2 games back of Milwaukee and St. Louis in the Central. One of the surprise teams, and it's really no accident, FP, because their pitching has a team ERA of 3.48, a little better than the Nats. They're hitting .241 as a team, but they're 13th in the league in runs. They just hang around, and lately have been finding a way to win games.
And that's how you do it. You hang around, you play good defense, you get timely hits. Sometimes it's not all about the numbers and what you're hitting as a team. There's no statistic for will desire to win a baseball game. And we've seen it all along with the Nats. They've done it every day this year. And they come out, they battle, they fight to the last out no matter what. And there's no stat for that.
Yeah, maybe they can measure your heartbeat, but that's about it.
Yeah.
3 balls and a strike. Gorzelani to the number 8 hitter, Michael McHenry, who had that infield hit handled by Desmond back in the 3rd. McHenry was a 3rd-team All-American at Middle Tennessee State University. Not a big major program you hear about. He's from Knoxville, where he went to Farragut High School. And he had 8 at-bats in 6 games for the Rockies last year before they traded him to Boston, and then the Red Sox traded him to the Pirates June 12th when Pittsburgh started having some injury situations with their catchers.
And I have to ask him tomorrow if Russell Martin is his favorite player. Same number, same type of build.
Yeah, they list him at 5'10", 200. He jacks this one to left. Right at Lance Nix for the first out here in the 5th. AT&T Trivia Facts coming your way. 2.83 ERA last month for Steve McCatty's staff, lowering that overall thing down to 3.51. Well done.
Jordan Zimmerman led the way with a 0.85 ERA in June. Tyler Clippard had a 1.84 ERA in June.
By the way, it was also the 2nd lowest in the majors, as we said, but lowest in any month by this franchise since way back in '94 for the Expos. By far the best ERA month since the Nationals came here. And you would think with Cliff Lee leading the way, what was he, 5-0 this month?
What was his ERA? We just voted on player of the month.
0.21, something ridiculous. So they were number 1. So June was sweet for McCatty and the Nats pitchers. 3rd best in a month in franchise history overall.
Well, you have to remember there was a guy named Pedro Martinez that used to pitch in this franchise.
That's right. Breaking ball for the strikeout, and Gorzelani doing what pitchers need to do in the National League, and that's get outs down toward the bottom of the order. 2 outs, bases empty, as the lineup recycles back up to Alex Presley. Presley was the Pirates minor league player of the year last year when he hit 12 home runs and drove in 85 at combined AA Altoona and AAA Indianapolis.
You see his International League numbers? 336, leading the league in hitting. 2nd in hits with 98. 2nd in total bases with 146. Tied for 2nd in triples. third in stolen bases with 18 and fifth in runs scored with 52. So this guy was tearing AAA up.
No wonder the manager called him in June 27th and said, "You're going to the show."
So he probably said, "It's about time. What else do I have to do here?"
8th round draft choice back in 06 out of Ole Miss. Look at that ball rocket its way over Michael Morse's glove. Right down to the corner. He's thinking 3 until the Nats stop him. And it's a 2-out double. Loudest sound we've heard in the ballpark tonight off the bat of Alex Presley.
And there's been some pretty loud hits so far. Some pretty loud outs, some pretty loud hits. Let's check out the double from Presley. It's a nice short swing right down to the baseball. I think with 1 out, he goes for 3. 2 outs, you know, you're in scoring position. You don't want to stretch it. You don't want to make the 3rd out at third. It can't be close. But as he gets right about here, he starts to lower his shoulder and puts on the brakes. 1 out, he goes for that for sure.
Well, here comes another rookie, Chase Darno. He's 1 for 2 with an opposite field hit. Pirates have out-hit the Nationals 4-2. Serious jamage to get the pop-up. Michael Morse is right there, and the top of the 5th is over. For the Nats, Espinosa, Ramos, and Desmond coming up 1-0. Haven't done anything with the walks just yet, but they've given some great money from Care First Blue Cross Blue Shield to the Boys and Girls Club of Greater Washington, D.C. $243 for over $12,000. Blue Cross encourages each of us to take that first step toward a healthier and more active lifestyle. Right over the shoulder of manager Davey Johnson. His offense coming, and the Nats now have not scored in the last 16 innings at the plate. So they've been hitting the ball well here at home, averaging 5.5 runs a game, hitting the long ball, and the bullpen's been untouchable.
There's something about being at home and playing at home as a ball player. You have your routine. You do it every single day the same way. You know what time you're getting to the yard. You come out for early hitting. You take your ground balls. You know, on the road it varies because the other team can't give you the field that day. You don't have access to the field at a certain time. They have to get out of the cage before you get in the cage. Little things like that. So when you're at home, you get in your routine. You feel comfortable. Used to love playing at home. The road was always a struggle.
Espinosa hits it well out to left. Backtracking one-hander Presley right at the edge of the track. Mid-season flex plan. There's a new one for you. You can pick 3 games. Get a 4th one free and a new era ball cap. Nationals.com/flex. A lot of things to check out on the website this weekend. That, all the great promotions and giveaways. The ball caps on Monday. Doubleheader tomorrow. $2, 2 games. Wilson Ramos bouncer out to short his first time up. Where has the offense gone?
Well, you can't steer the ball off the bat. They've hit about 9 balls hard tonight right on the screws. So, I mean, it's not like you can steer it or place it. They're getting some good hacks. They just haven't had any luck. I mean, Danny Espinosa has hit 2 balls on the screws tonight. Bernardina's hit 2 balls on the screws tonight. Worth had a line drive his first time up. Zimmerman, even on his double play, hit that ball hard. Michael Morse lined out deep to left field last time, so the offense is there. They just haven't found any holes.
On the outside corner, 1 ball, 2 strikes. Ramos was reaching for a breaking ball last time. Morton tried to do it to him again, but he missed low and over the plate. And the count's 2-2.
This is where, as a hitter with a little bit of power, 3-2 count, 1 out. You're sitting dead red. You're looking for a fastball right down the middle. You're not thinking about anything else. If he throws something else, you got me.
3-2 with 1 out. Ramos. 3 hopper. Shortstop Ronnie Cedeno. 2 down. Seven straight for Morton, and 11 of the last 12 around his walk to Tom Gorzolani in the 3rd inning. Here's Ian Desmond with 2 outs. Just a beautiful night at the ballpark. Doesn't feel like 90 degrees because of the low humidity. This is pure baseball weather on the 1st of July.
Nats need Ian Desmond to get hot. When we talk about if this guy gets hot, gets his wheels on base, the way he can run, the way he can steal bases, you start moving him toward the top of the order. They really, really need Ian Desmond right now.
Well, and if that would happen, then maybe you think about Jason Worth in more of an RBI slot, right?
Yep.
A lot of managers like to go left, right, or vice versa in the middle of their lineup, and Davey Johnson will be able to do that with Zimmerman, Nix, Worth, Espinosa, Morse in there. A lot of versatility. That one's up the middle to Cedeno. He'll throw from behind the bag and throw low, and that'll be his 5th error of the year. Pretty routine play, and the Nats get a break.
And Lyle Overbay is upset because he didn't pick up his shortstop. A guy that usually makes all the routine plays just got on the side of that baseball, threw a little 2-seam sinker to Overbay, and he couldn't pick him up. That's one of those throws you just got to let go. Let it fly and see where it ends up. I always tell my son, he's 16 years old, if you're going to miss in the 3rd row.
Tom Gorzolani still looking for his first base hit of the year. Charlie Morton walked him last time, and that's a little too hopper. Why d'Arnaud was even looking at second base with 2 outs is beyond, I'm sure, his manager and everybody in his dugout. He had time to make the play. 6th inning coming.
Coors Light freeze cam. Michael Morse has had a very interesting evening at first base. And picking some short hops, making some diving plays. And all of a sudden he gets one in the air. He was pumped about that one. And then this little pop-up seemed routine, but it's trying to get out of the glove, and then he gives it the claw at the very last second. So an eventful night, as we've talked about all night long. Coors Light freeze cam brought to you by Frost Brewed Coors Light. Yeah, and he made his first error since 2005.
August 18th of 05, his rookie year with Seattle on that too far behind toss to Tom Gorzelani. Top of the 6th arrives. Gorzelani pitching well. He's only given up 1 hit in 4 different innings, only 1 extra base hit. His error helped the Pirates score that unearned run after the McHenry base hit and the Morton sacrifice in the 3rd. Alex Presley got the RBI grounder. McCutchen, Diaz, and Overbay 3, 4, and 5 for the Pirates in the 6th. Andrew McCutchen has 11 home runs and 15 stolen bases. He's only the 3rd different Pirate ever, well, since 1990, and that's not forever, obviously, but 10 homers and 15 stolen bases before the 1st of July. The Pirates have not been to the playoffs since Barry Bonds failed to throw out Sid Bream at home plate in Atlanta back in '92. Lost that heartbreaking series in 7 games. And that was also their last winning season 19 years ago.
I remember seeing that game live 19 years ago and wondering why Barry Bonds was playing so deep in left field with a winning run on second base.
So did his center fielder Andy Van Slyke, who whistled at him and tried to get him to move. That's a fair ball. It'll hit the short corner, and Andrew McCutchen is into second base, and he's now 1 for 2 with a walk, reaching on an error and a leadoff double.
Yeah, I thought the response from Bonds to Van Slyke was very interesting as well.
This is still the family hour, you know. Matt Diaz, the hitter. Double play ball and a swinging strikeout. Second time the Pirates have had their leadoff man on. Little chopper behind the runner, so McCutchen takes off. Desmond gave him a glance. That guy is so fast. Take the sure out, right?
Yeah, it was the right play, but the speed of McCutchen allowed him to get to third base. I mean, he hit that ball in front of him. A lot of guys, if you go on this watch, the rule is if it's hit to your left, you go. If it's hit to your right, you don't go. That ball was hit to Andrew McCutchen's right side, but because it was chopped, because he read the speed of the baseball, he was able to get to third base. And that's where speed kills. But most guys have to go back to second on that baseball. Now McCutchen is on third with 1 out.
For Lyle Overbay, who almost hit one out of the park last time up. Flied out to the base of the wall in right center, about 390 feet out there. Infield's in. The Nats aren't scoring, so Davey Johnson has to play this thing as close as he can, trying to not give up another run.
As a base runner, when you're on second base with no outs, you draw a line right down the middle of your body. If it's hit to your left side, you go to third base. If it's hit to your right side, you go back to the base. But good base runners like McCutchen can read the speed of the ball and know that even though it was hit to his right side, which normally you go back to second base, he saw the speed of the baseball, the chop of the ball. He knew he could beat the throw to third. That's just heads up. That's great base running.
Very risky play for a shortstop, too.
I mean, it's little things. When you're hitting 240 as a team, you got to do the little things. And you look at him shuffling off right here. See where it's hit? To his right side. Most guys retreat back to second base, but he sees the chop and the speed of the baseball, and he knows that he can beat Ian Desmond's throw to third base because of his speed. That is just heads-up base running, and that's how you win baseball games. And it's not about the stats. It's about doing the little things.
Yeah, and that's a great play because as far as we know, there never has been a left-handed throwing shortstop.
Yeah.
That's the only guy who could make that play. Well done by McCutchen. Diaz couldn't drive in a run, but he got him moved over. Now Lyle Overbay with 30 RBIs in there. Pirates trying to double their lead here in the 6th inning. Target away by Ramos. Gorzelani tries to paint and just misses the outside corner.
That was a good pitch. I don't know what the pitch track is going to show, but you talk about hitting your spot on a 1-2 pitch.
That could have been called a strike. And he goes breaking ball for the strikeout. Big K for Tom Gorzelani, his 4th of the night for the 2nd out.
Huge K, and that neutralizes the base running play by Andrew McCutchen. You get a big strikeout, a big situation. Just a great pitch by Tom Gorzelani. So he paints with the fastball. He makes you as a hitter think that that's the same pitch again, that he's trying to go out there. You commit to it. It's a slider off the plate. You can't get to it.
I think I saw Lyle Overbay grimacing before the ball even hit the mitt. He knew he'd been had by a really good pitch. Strike one, inner corner to Ronnie Cedeno. You pitch this guy away, he'll just bump it into right field like he did last time up. So let's see what the Nats pitching pattern will be against him. In again. That ball was out over the plate, but too high for him to reach. McCutchen made a little move down the line there after the pitch, and that had Gorzelani flinching a bit.
That'll get your pulse up in a hurry. One of the fastest base runners in baseball, bluffs down the line. It'll get your attention.
No balls, 2 strikes. Swing and a miss. And the top of the 6th is over. How about some runs? It's the top of the order with Bernardino, Worth, and Zimmerman. Nats down 1-0. Whatever. Tomorrow there will be double the opportunity to do that as the Nats play 2 against the Pirates. 3:35 first game, 7:05 second game. First 10,000 fans receive a patriotic T-shirt presented by the Washington Post. Fireworks show up from Captain America after the night game. Check out tomorrow's Post for exclusive game day offers. Now the $2 tickets are gone, but some start at $10. Nationals.com/tickets while supplies last. Some restrictions apply. Roger Bernardina, right field. This game is tied. Roger Bernardina with his 5th of the year. And he's having a good night, 2 for 3.
2 for 3, and he's hit all 3 balls right on the screws. And he said, catch that one, Josh Harrison. That ball's right down the middle. He's been barreling up the baseball all night long, and he has been hot. And that was a great swing.
Bernardino went on a bit of a home run streak on the last homestand. And now on these 2 homestands, he's hit 4 of his 5 home runs this year.
A little first pitch ambush.
Here's Jason Worth, and Charlie Morton never gives up a home run. Hadn't given one up since April 15th. A streak of well over 300 batters. behind Heath Bell and Joey Devine for not giving up the long ball. On the corner to Worth, 1 ball, 1 strike. Well, not many leadoff guys have the capability to do that. That was Rogers' 16th career home run. And hopefully one day we'll be talking about him in the same vein as some other guys who lead off ball games with home runs. Some of the great leadoff guys do that.
I'm just happy to see him leading off on a consistent basis.
That was Ray Searage, the pitching coach. Worth hits a one-hopper, handcuffing Ronnie Cedeno. First out. Tony Watson's the lefty, Daniel McCutchen, the righty. Of course, the star of their bullpen is our old friend Joel Hanrahan with 23 saves on the year. And that's without blowing one. He's got 25 in a row going back to last year. And Joel Hanrahan could be going to Phoenix to the All-Star game. Ryan Zimmerman's 0 for 2.
It's good, Beard.
Morton misses outside, 2-1. Charlie Morton came into this inning averaging 15 pitches per frame. And that's have him up in the mid-80s here with 1 out in the 6th. There's Joel, soft-spoken young man from Iowa.
How long do you think that beard took? What is that, about 3 months worth?
I haven't the foggiest notion.
Yeah, I don't think that thing has been trimmed up in a while. I like it, though. It's a good look.
Hey, when you're 23 for 23, you can look however you want to.
You almost have to have facial hair if you're a closer. It comes with the job title.
On a pitch inside, Ryan pulls it foul, 2-2. Head over to Facebook.com/Masson Nationals right now. Enter for your chance to win one of 30 Nationals autograph items. Masson's giving them away all month long.
How about Davey doing the media tour today? He went from interview to interview to interview to interview all along the first base dugout. I said to him, geez, just say no to one person, Davey. That's the kind of guy he is. Well, get them all out of the way today, FP, and I'm not going to talk to him the rest of the year.
Yeah, all the home media didn't get access to him in Anaheim. We're here today, and that's okay. 3-2 with 1 out. Zimmerman turns and lines out to third. Right at Chase Darno, 2 outs with Lance Nix coming up.
That is the 9th hard-hit ball by the Nationals tonight.
Clint Hurdle is on his way to the mound, and he's pulling Charlie Morton, who will give up 3 hits, 1 run through 5 2/3. Walked a couple, struck out just 1. And he's going to leave a very well-pitched game with a no decision. on Masson, brought to you by Verizon. 4G LTE built so you can rule the air. Beautiful view from behind the right field scoreboard of Nationals Park on a Friday night. Month of July is underway. Absolutely gorgeous tonight. Left-hander Tony Watson will take over. Watson is 26 years of age, from Sioux City, Iowa. A 9th rounder back in 2007, making his major league debut this year in the big leagues. And for Watson, his 13th appearance, 10 innings, 7 hits, 3 runs. The league's only hitting 189 against him, FP.
Fastball, slider, changeup from Watson. Fastball go about 92 miles an hour.
There it is.
On cue.
Wow.
This is good for Lance Nix. See a lefty. Get used to seeing some lefties. He hasn't seen that many this year.
They'll hang a couple of breaking balls to him, and he'll pound some fastballs from these guys, too. He goes soft and misses with a breaking ball, 2-0. 5 2/3 innings, 3 hits, a run, 2 walks, 1 strikeout, 2 double plays, a home run, 88 pitches, 51 strikes for Charlie Morton, and a very nice return after his layoff. That's 3-0 to Nix. Pirates bullpen with a very good ERA of 3.20 this year. And they have better than a 2-to-1 strikeout to walk ratio for the pen. How about Lance Nix? Somebody should take a picture. He's walked twice in the same game. 11 times all year. Both of them were 4-pitch walks. So as Bernardino homers to tie the game, we've got a nice flow going to this one. It's brought to you by Corona, who invites you to find your beach. And maybe this weekend it'll be find your backyard.
Clint Hurdle's up against it right now. You got Michael Morse up there. You got Danny Espinosa, who's hitting .321 right-handed this year. So now what do? You got your lefty out there. You got a righty hot in the bullpen.
Yeah, that's Daniel McCutchen. Do you want to use 3 pitchers before the 6th inning's over?
It's a huge part of the baseball game. You think, oh, 2 outs, runner on first, not a big deal. But you got Michael Morse up. You got Danny Espinosa, who's a better hitter right-handed on deck. I'm sure they're going to turn Espinosa around maybe with a right-hander. So all of a sudden, this becomes a crucial part of this baseball game.
Here's Michael Morse. Ground ball to short, fly ball to left. Trying to get that July thing going the way he did it in June.
Michael Morse has done decent against lefties this year. .269, 4 home runs, 14 RBIs.
He took a home run cut trying to do that first pitch ambush thing.
And not too many times do we show a swing and a miss again. But boy, talk about letting the throttle out and trying to hit one back to your apartment. That was a good swing. And believe it or not, you can take good swings and miss the baseball. People at home probably going, FP, swing and miss. That's not a good swing. Yeah, it is. Because he's taking a shot right there going deep. You're looking first pitch fastball. You take a chance. You get it. Sometimes you swing a little too hard, so you swing through it. But I like the aggressiveness.
Way inside. Ball gets away, but Lance Nix may have lost sight of it. Michael Morse with a count of 1-2. Lance Nix at first base, 2 outs in a 1-1 game.
That's a sneaky 92. Looks a lot harder than the gun is saying. Got a little deception in his delivery, but that ball looks like it has some serious late life.
Morris will rip it foul out of play right field side. Good crowd tonight, probably around 25,000 or so. Let's have a look at the Nats box score. The only RBI, Roger Bernardina, who's 2 for 3 tonight. Worth had a single back in the first. Bernardina's hit was the first one since Worth 5 innings before. A couple of walks in there, just about it. Morris will foul tip it into the mid. And in the 6th inning, Roger Bernardina will hit his 5th of the year, 16th of his still young major league career. The Nats are back even with the top of the 7th coming up here in D.C. Has pitched 6 innings for the 6th time this year. Now he's trying to go 7 at least for the 4th time.
Has 6 strikeouts tonight for Gorzelani, and he has been nice. He's got the turbo fastball going, the nasty slider going. We need some big punch outs. He got him. He struck out Lyle Overbay in the 6th with an overpowering fastball and a nasty slider to boot. And they see Cedeno right there, the 91 up in his eyes. So Gorzelani has been great. If he had made that play on the bunt, he'd be leading 1-0. That was a tough play. It was an aggressive mistake. He went for the out on the line drive, but it ended up costing him a run.
Gorzelani, 6 strikeouts on the night. He'll surprise you with his strikeout totals here and there.
I guarantee if you ask the Pirates hitters, he'll surprise you with that fastball too. The scoreboard's saying 90-91, but he gets the ball out of his glove down and up to his release point so fast that it just gets on guys.
2 different innings tonight with 2 strikeouts. And Josh Harrison, the second baseman, leads off with his first base hit tonight. But Gorzelani has never given up more than 1 hit in any inning.
And McHenry has handled Gorzelani tonight. The single his first time up in the 3rd. He lined out sharply to Lance Nix's last time up. So it'll be interesting to see how Clint Hurdle plays this.
He will not have a pitcher hitting next as Brandon Wood comes out to hit for Tony Watson.
It's always tough to sacrifice a guy that's had 2 good at-bats.
Yeah.
Guys seeing the ball off somebody. He's showing you as a manager that he's seeing the ball big, and then all of a sudden you make him square around to bunt in the 7th inning. It's probably the play here. The guy's having such a good night. He's seeing the ball well. I might let him swing away.
Runner goes, and he'll go hit and run instead. You must have had a nice talk with Clint Hurdle before the game. Now you know what he's going to do.
No, it's just what you do. I mean, if a guy's showing you that he can handle a pitcher, it's tough as a manager to give up an out, even though you want to advance Harrison 90 feet here and get the go-ahead run in scoring position. You maybe give him one shot on a hit and run and think about bunting now. And this is where you usually see the cat and mouse game. You throw over to see if he shows. You throw to first base to see if the runner's going. You do a little homework and see what's up.
Zimmerman comes in now as the hitter squares. So they took one shot, and that's inside, unbuntable. 1 ball, 1 strike.
And you have to throw over right there to see which one they're going to do. Are they going to square around? Are they going to show bunt? Are they going to go hit and run? So that throw over right there is to see what the hitter is planning on doing. And right there, McHenry showed bunt.
Ball gets away but stays close.
Michael Morse has been tested at first base all night long. I like Josh Harrison. He's having fun. It's all smiles all night long. He's like, this big league thing is great.
1-1 short lead. Runner holding. Ball bunted, deadened perfectly. Gorzelani to Morse for the sacrifice. And the hitter will be Brandon Wood. Wood joined the Pirates when the Nats were in Pittsburgh in mid-May. He was a former high-round draft pick by the Angels. In fact, their first rounder back in 2005. Just not able to get it done at the major league level. Parts of 5 years with the Anaheim Ball Club, hit just 168. And he's a shortstop. They signed him for a couple of reasons. First of all, to see what he had left. And secondly, to see if they could light a fire under Ronnie Cedeno, whose batting average is up 60 points since then. Gorzelani gets a perfect strike on the inside corner. Lead run, second base, 1 out here. Top of the 7th. Gorzelani has that up and away thing going to some of these right-handed batters as we hit the 9 o'clock hour here in our nation's capital. Beautiful night, 90 degrees at game time, humidity under 30%. Bob, FP, and Debbie bracing for a hot weekend with 2 tomorrow and another one on Sunday before the Cubs are here for the 4th of July. No balls and 2 strikes. And he offered at the breaking ball, taking it in the dirt. Counts even. Brandon Wood actually opened the season last year as the Angels starting shortstop. Hit a .146, spent the rest of the year in the minors. And that's upstairs, ball 3. 1-1 ball game. Neither team has had a hit with runners in scoring position. The Pirates scored because of an error, and Roger Bernardino was not in scoring position when he drove himself home.
Well, power hitters will tell you they're always in scoring position.
Yes, they are. Breaking ball and way out in front of it.
A 3-2 breaking ball, not necessarily a count where you have to throw a strike. Tie ball game, you got first base open, one out, a lefty on deck. He's been doing a nice job of throwing that fastball high and away where it looks like a strike, but it's just high enough where he can't get on top of it.
Swing and a miss. Gorzelani continues to have that strikeout touch when he needs it. Had a runner at second with one out last inning, and he got 2 Ks. And now this is 2 outs in the 7th.
Going 3-2 off speed. Check out the late movement down and in. So sitting on a fastball, got a changeup, and a great pitch by Tom Gorzelani. Yeah, 3-2, first base open, lefty on deck. Not necessarily a fastball count. And you got the swing through strike from Wood on a great changeup.
Love that Exmo from first base. The bat already gone when the pitch got there on the off speed. And then the hitter ends up with only one hand on the bat. Here's Alex Presley. RBI grounder, double last time up. Don't throw this guy anything down and in after what we saw last time. And Gorzelani missed his spot and did just that. Ramos was set up away. That ball was over the inner half.
And steal strike one with the off-speed pitch. Good pitch.
Another called strike. This time the fastball. Crowd starting to make a little noise here. One out short of the 7th inning stretch. Swing and a miss on a breaking ball. Is Tom Gorzelani suddenly a power pitcher? Well, he's tricking them with great off speed and breaking stuff. 8 strikeouts. Stretching and enjoying a beautiful night in the ballpark. 1-6-1 Pirates, 1-3-2 Nats. And regarding Tom Gorzelani, I guess you don't have to be a power pitcher to at times be a strikeout pitcher.
Yeah, but he's making good pitches in good spots. And for me tonight, he is a power pitcher. That 90-mile-an-hour fastball, he's throwing it by guys. He's got a great slider and the 3-2 changeup right there to Wood. He's got it going on, doing a great job. And how about Roger Bernardino? 4 home runs, 9 RBI in his last 16 games. He's on fire.
And almost all of that here at home. He had the hot homestand when the Nats took care of Seattle, St. Louis before that, and of course Baltimore. And the Nats have all this momentum, having lost only one of their last 11 games right here.
Yeah, and Danny Espinosa leading off the 7th right now. He's hit a couple of balls hard tonight, so get the leadoff man on and see what you can do.
Pirates bullpen has a long way to go in this game, and the Nats starter has gone 7 again. Daniel McCutchen will get the call for the Bucks here in the bottom of the 7th. Tyler Clippard is the Nats' 8th inning guy. And the Nats have 7 innings or more out of Tom Gorzelani for the 2nd consecutive time and for the 4th time this year.
Yeah, McCutchen, two-seam fastball, four-seam fastball. Curve and a change to go with it. The two-seamer will go 88 to 93. The four-seamer 90 to 95.
Gorzelani, by the way, 95 pitches, 68 strikes. So that could be it for him. First pitch 90 inside corner for a strike. Look at him turn that one over. You could tell on our shot, which Danny Espinosa could not see, that was a different kind of grip. 28-year-old right-hander. Danny tonight has lined out hard to third and flied out to left. So against the right-hander, Charlie Morton, he had him going opposite field both times. Hit the ball on the button, and he'll take that one low, 1-2. Wilson Ramos, Ian Desmond to follow here in the seventh. Espinosa with a big swing, and he's gone. Nats have been on the road a lot lately. If you're hitting the road, you can take baseball with you, Washington style, MLB.tv. Every game live or on demand on your computer, your favorite device. To get more details and to order, go to Nationals.com and check out MLB.tv. Baseball everywhere. Inside to Wilson Ramos, who's hit two grounders to short. So the Nats coming off their best month of the season, 17-10. They were 12-14 in March, April, and they were 11-17 in May. Starting July, one game under 500, but 9 over here at home. Ball 3. Nationals have beaten the Pirates 14 out of 21 in Washington since 05. Season series this year stands at 2-2. Ramos takes one on the outer half. Count goes full.
See, that's one as a hitter you don't want to swing at 3-1. You're looking for your pitch in your zone. And if a pitcher makes a pitcher's pitch, hits a corner 3-1, there's no need to swing at that. You just take that pitch. A lot of guys expand their zone when they're ahead. They swing just because they have a 3-1 count.
And McCutchen seemingly aiming that ball low in the zone, missed it. So a strikeout and a walk brings up Desmond. This copyrighted telecast presented by authority of the Washington Nationals and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the expressed written consent of the Washington Nationals. Matt Stairs steps out to hit for Gorzelani in a moment. So that walk really changes what Davey Johnson might be able to do here in the seventh inning.
Barring a double play, he's going to get the matchup he wants with Matt Stairs. I don't see anybody throwing in the Pirates bullpen right now.
Looked like kind of a flat slider hanging up there. Desmond takes a fastball right down the middle. 0-2. A 1-1 ball game. Washington out hit 6-3. And Desmond with a reaching swing hits into a 6-4-3. And the Nats will not be able to utilize Matt Stairs in the 7th inning. 1-1 ball game into the 8th. Quite a battle, the Bucks and the Nets.
Plays tonight for the Nationals. The first one, a little 6-4-3 job on Matt Diaz. And the next one, a 5-4-3 job on Josh Harrison. Good feed by Ryan Zimmerman. Good turn, Danny Espinosa getting out of the way. So a couple of double plays for the Nats tonight. More saving, more doing. That's the power of the Home Depot.
5 times the pitcher's best friend has showed up in this one tonight. 3 double plays for the Pirates and 2 for the Nats. This one goes top 8. Tyler Clippard on. He is the 8th inning guy. 37th appearance, 2 ERA, 45 innings, only 25 hits. So the league's only hitting $166 against him. In fact, you might say both leagues. 57 strikeouts in those 45 innings. He faces 2, 3, and 4, d'Arnaud, McCutchen, and Diaz for the Pirates, top 8.
He led the team with a 1.84 ERA in June. He led the team in the relievers with 21 strikeouts in the month of June. So fastball, slider, curveball change from Clippard.
Some nights you'll see just 2 of those. Some nights you'll see 3. Not often that he throws all 4. Their other left-hander is Daniel Moskos for the Pirates.
I just like fastball change from Tyler Clippard.
Yeah.
That's all he really needs when he's got both going.
Key man is next, McCutchen, with a walk and a double tonight. Chase d'Arnaud, 1 single, a stolen base. He's 1 for 3. Great changeup. I guarantee you that bat was gone before the ball got there.
I would like to see a better one in baseball right now. I know there's some guys with good changeups, but I mean, that one just disappears. It looks just like a fastball. You know, if it looks like a fastball on TV and you look up and it says 82, that it's a good changeup. Can't imagine what the hitters are seeing.
That ball hammered out to right center. Bernardina is there. Roger has it for the first out. Great outing for Tom Gorzolani tonight. 95 pitches, 68 strikes as he gives up just one unearned run in 7 innings of work on 6 hits. The last 2 Nats starters have pitched 15 innings, Zimmerman and Gorzolani, without giving up an earned run.
And Gorzolani made some big pitches tonight with a go-ahead run in scoring position. Had McCutchen on third base with 2 outs, struck out Overbay and Cedeno. And he had Josh Harrison on second base right there, and he struck out Wood and Presley. So had the strikeouts when he needed them.
There's Andrew McCutchen in his 3rd big league season already, and he's only 24 years of age. 11th overall player taken in the first round by the Bucks back in 05 out of Fort Meade, Florida high school, where he was a baseball, football, track athlete. His 4x100 relay team won the state title. Then Baseball America had him ranked as a top 3 5-tool player in the entire country. Garrett Jones for Matt Diaz next. How often do guys hit for their cleanup man in a 1-1 game? I think he untied his shoelaces on that swing.
And good pitch from Clifford, and McCutchen with a big swing. He's thinking, I'm going deep.
That was by him by the time he swung. 94 from Clifford, 2 balls, 2 strikes.
And I would give anything to just stand in the batter's box one more time and face Tyler Clifford and see what these guys are seeing. Now, how many guys have we seen this season swing at high fastballs? I mean, they must look like they're coming right in the strike zone, belt high. You go to commit to it, and it's eye high.
Not many come over the top like he does anymore. He gets a piece of that one. Bernardina says, I've got it, though. Good thing the ball was up that high. It kept it in the ballpark. 2 outs. TV schedule coming for you. We will not be able to televise tomorrow, but we will have the nightcap for you. By the way, complete Game 1 highlights on Nats Extra before we hit the air. Sunday against the Pirates, and then Monday against the Cubbies. Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday against Chicago as well before Colorado comes in a week from tonight. Tomorrow, James McDonald against Levon Hernandez in the first game, which we will not show you. And then John Lannon against who we expect to be for the Pirates, Brad Lincoln. Nobody remembers Brad Lincoln because last year he pitched the night after Steven Strasburg's debut. But he's at AAA right now, and the Pirates are expected to make a roster move and call him up for that start tomorrow night.
Will he be in the president's race in the first game?
I guarantee you Teddy's going to go 0 for 2 tomorrow. Right by Garrett Jones. Clifford throwing the heck out of the ball here.
95 down in the strike zone. Just a challenge fastball. See, I go dead fish changeup off that one. You got a guy that you throw 95 by. You really don't want to speed up his bat, but as a hitter, you're telling yourself, boy, I got to gear up for this guy.
Yeah.
And what happens is you start your swing early. You're really susceptible to change or the high fastball.
He goes with the gas and throws it up and in. That's fine. You wouldn't want to change up there.
And whenever I swung through a pitch, I would tell myself, get out of the batter's box and say, man, that guy just beat you. You better get your bat going. You better gear up and get yourself going early. And what you do is you start your swing so early that anything soft you're out in front of.
1 ball and 2 strikes to a hitter with power. 1-1 game here in the 8th. And there's the changeup. A mile high to the right side. Danny Espinosa takes it, and Tyler Clifford gets 3 outs in the air. Pitcher spot, and then the top of the order coming up.
hard blast. Let's go back to Roger Bernardina's home run. I want to show you something. Let's check out a closed front side. This is a guy that's been staying so close so long. He's able to create a lot of torque. Check it out. I mean, look at him right here. You can see his number, and look at his front shoulder right there. Look at how closed it is. Staying close to the last second, and then he just unwinds and unleashes some serious power on the baseball. I mean, that is picture perfect, staying closed to the last second, keeping your front side closed. A lot of times when hitters are struggling, they fly open with that front side. Roger Bernardina's got it going on. That was a great swing.
Nats will welcome Rick Ankiel back to the ball club with this pinch hitting appearance against Garrett Jones and company. Jones will stay in and play right field. Daniel McCutchen still in the game, and here's Ankiel, out 14 games with the left intercostal strain. Rick is a pinch hitter this year, 1 for 4. And as soon as he's announced, Clint Hurdle comes out, and he'll bring in Daniel Moskos. So a scoreless inning with a walk, a strikeout, and a double play for Daniel McCutchen. Daniel Moskos, the lefty, coming in for the Pirates. By your local Ford dealer. Shimmering in the distance, the U.S. Capitol building on a brilliant Friday night here, early July. Holiday weekend upon us, quite a ball game here. Bottom of the 8th coming up. And with left-hander Daniel Moskos coming in, a former really good closer at Clemson, and a #1 draft pick of the Pirates. Back in 2007, the Nationals will leave Rick Ankiel in to face the left-hander.
You want to know why they're leaving him in? Lefties are hitting 400 off Moskos, 10 for 25. Righties hitting just 207. So that makes no sense. Moskos fastball, slider, change.
And the next two batters are lefties. Bernardina following Ankiel.
$10 for 25, a couple of doubles, and a .423 on base percentage. Lefties hitting against Moskos.
Shift is on, despite the fact Ankiel's facing a lefty. They've taken Ronnie Cedeno and moved him over right in front of the umpire on the second base side. Ankiel had a good rip at a 1-1 pitch. One ball and 2 strikes. Outside with a fastball. Well, it was the first weekend of April when Rick Ankiel hit his only home run. That was 3 months ago. He'll get this one right through the shift on the right side. finally a National who hits a ball hard on the infield gets a bit of a reward.
And he beats the shift. Now lefties are 11 for 26 against Moskos. See the pitch right there? He got the shift on, and that is smart hitting.
Right there's where a second baseman usually stands. Here's Roger Bernardino now having a big night.
Welcome back, Rick Ankiel.
Well, today Davey Johnson said, I like Ankiel a lot, but I do project him as the fourth outfielder because he wants the kid in the batter's box leading off and playing center field. Short lead by Rick, who does have good speed, and he draws a throw anyway. Trent Jewett over to get in his ear, the Nationals' new first base coach.
7 stolen bases this year for Ankiel.
In 9 attempts. Bernardino shows bunt, and that got Darno, the third baseman, moving his feet around and got Lyle Overbay charging, and the pitch missed.
There'd be a huge temptation to let Roger Bernardino swing away. Not necessarily a double play candidate. He's hit 3 balls right on the nose tonight, but it is left on left.
And if you bunt him, he might get a base hit. You never know. That's a great take, 2-0.
Count leverage. Do you leave the bunt on? A lot of managers don't like to give an out to their opponent when you have a 2-0 count.
And Davey Johnson's one of those guys. He drags it. Second baseman getting over there to cover, and he's safe on the drop by Harrison. Roger Bernardino puts big-time pressure on the Pirates.
Speed will make you do funny things, won't it? I mean, just watching him, as soon as that baseball was on the ground, you thought he had a chance. Put his head down, was flying down the first baseline. So it didn't have to be perfect, but look at the speed by Bernardino forcing the issue. Harrison late getting over there. And because he was late, because of the speed of Bernardino and having to find the bag with your foot and all that stuff going on at once, he missed the baseball.
They might give him a hit on that because he was just about at the bag when the throw got there. Moskos is leaving, and now the Pirates need a right-hander. Worth, Zimmerman, the next 2 hitters. Washington's in a great position here in the bottom of the 8th inning. What will happen with the next hitter? We'll talk about it after we tell you about the Potomac Nationals. Food, fireworks, and a fun package all 3 nights, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, for $25. The barbecue, all you can eat, Abner Doubleday bobblehead July 2nd for the first 1,000 fans. Now, Chris Riesop, the right-hander, comes in. Jason Worth is 13 for his last 86 against a right-handed pitcher here, FP, with Zimmerman on deck and Nix to follow. Do you entertain the thought of a bunt here by a guy like Worth?
Let's manage with makeup on. I'm going to say yes.
Well, and if he does bunt and the sacrifice is good, first base is open, they can't really walk Ryan Zimmerman to get to Lance Nix because they're out of left-handed pitchers in their bullpen. So Davey Johnson, who does hate to give up outs, could really force the Pirates' hand here. But boy, you'd hate to see him swing away and hit a ground ball right at somebody.
Not a sign given by Bo Porter. Unless Jason Worth does this on his own, there was no sign given by the third base coach.
2 on, nobody out. Drew Storen is warm in the bullpen. 1-1 ball game. All the pressure on the Pirates here.
That's to see if Jason Worth was going to show bunt. You do the inside move with your pitcher. You see if the hands come forward by the hitter. You see if he flinches. You see if he shows bunt. Then you can put on a bunt defense. But Jason Worth did not show bunt. So if he is bunting, that was a good job of not showing him. I don't think he is.
That's out of play.
Riesop fastball 92 to 95. Curveball's probably his out pitch. And a change up to go with it.
Nationals have only 4 hits the entire game. The ball by Bernardino was ruled a sacrifice. E4 on the Josh Harrison drop. And Worth will swing and foul tip and no balls, 2 strikes. Jason often this year has either guessed or been taken by surprise on 2-strike counts. He has to be swinging at anything close here with a quality hitter like Zimmerman behind him.
Couple of good hacks.
And he takes a fastball right in the strike zone. Exactly what we're talking about. And we're hearing boos at the ballpark.
So first pitch fastball just a little out in front. Sinker in on his hands. Then he gets a cookie right down the middle. He fouls it back. Obviously sitting curveball with 2 strikes.
That hurts. Ryan Zimmerman hits into a lot of double plays. So the Nats letting Worth swing away, or at least taking strike 3, have so far played into the Pirates' hands here, and this will be really interesting. What can Ryan do? He's hit the ball hard twice tonight. That's a little bit outside. Jason Worth, by the way, just struck out for the 76th time this year.
And Zimmerman hit the ball hard his first time up. 6-4-3 double play. Lined out to third his last time up. And we saw him starting to get it in Anaheim. He's starting to feel locked in. He's catching up to the pack.
He took a shot for a long one there on a pitch up. Chris Resop throwing 94 to get strike 2.
Yeah, playing some good old-fashioned country hardball out there. Nothing but heaters from Resop. 3 heaters to Jason Worth, 2 heaters up to Ryan Zimmerman.
And Zimmerman takes one right down the middle.
Yeah, that ball must have some late life, because that's 2 in a row on the outer half of the plate, and that came back for a strike. Backdoor 2-seam fastball right at the knees. And Zimmerman didn't even think he had to look. He thought that was a ball all the way. So now it's up to Lance Nix.
Nix, strange night for him. A strikeout around 2 walks. He's only walked 11 times all year.
I'd be shocked if he gets a first pitch fastball.
If he does, it might hit the scoreboard.
Well, he shook right there. He's shaking again. They can't get on the same page. This is where his catcher's saying, look, I just watch video all day long. He's a first pitch fastball hitter. Don't shake me off. We're going with some off speed. And if you want to throw a fastball, it better not be first strike.
I think you read his lips exactly. And I'm not sure you have to watch tape all day to come to that conclusion. Probably take you about 3 or 4 of Lance Nix's at-bats, because he is so aggressive.
Well, this is where guys come out of the bullpen. They get caught up in it. They just struck out 2 very good hitters, and they want to get macho and stay with their fastball. And you have to respect that, but you also have to be smart in these situations and know who you're facing. Let's see what they came up with.
93, but he missed low and inside. Either that or the pitcher wanted to throw the breaking ball, and the catcher kept putting down the number 1. Lance Nix, 12 homers, 30 RBIs. And that ball had some pretty good tail on it. He thought he was going to catch it. 94 going away. This guy's clutch. 15 of his 30 RBIs from the 7th inning on. And that's over, but low, ball 2.
This is fun. It's not too often in today's game that you have a guy that's out there saying, you know what, we're going to play some good old-fashioned country hardball. Here's my heater. Let's see if you can hit it. A lot of times in today's game, it's about tricking the hitter. But so far for Chris Resop, it's been all number 1.
Two and 1 to Nix. He had a big, healthy cut of that one.
And these are the ABs you miss as a hitter. When you're just looking out there at the guy and you kind of make eye contact and you just know that he's going to challenge you. A lot of times big league hitters will come back to the dugout when a guy throws them off speed and throw their helmet down and say, challenge somebody. Well, right now, Chris Resop is challenging everybody.
Lance Nix strikes out.
That's impressive.
First 2 guys got on base. The 2, 3, 4 hitters, no contact. 8th inning over. 1-1 game. Nats out hit 6-4. Neither team with a simple hit with a runner in scoring position. Roger Bernardina has been on base 3 times tonight. Tom Gorzelani, a brilliant start for the Nats without an earned run given up in 7 solid innings. With Rick Ankiel staying in the ball game, Roger Bernardina moves over to left. Lance Nix is out on the double switch, and Rick Ankiel will stay in a play center. Batting ninth. Drew Storen takes over. No save situation here, but a chance to hold the Pirates and maybe get a W. It'll be his 39th appearance with that 2.90 ERA. 188 the opponent's batting average against. 32 strikeouts in 40 innings. For the Pirates, Overbay, Cedeno, and Harrison. Well, neither team could claim much of anything for situational hitting tonight. A couple of times, Tom Gorzelani had a runner at second with 1 out, struck out some Pirates, and every National in sight struck out a moment ago. Ankiel over to track it. Go ahead, FP. You can say it. I know what you're thinking.
You come into a big league game and the ball will find you.
And a lot of times you got to run pretty far for it to find you. Good running catch by Rick.
That seems to be the book on Drew Storen. We've seen it a lot this year. First pitch fastball from the leadoff guy.
So he may want to think about a few more of those sliders early.
Maybe just a get me over off speed pitch to get ahead in the count, but it seems like the league knows that Drew's going to throw a first pitch fastball, and we've seen some first pitch fastballs that have done some damage.
That one is up and in to Ronnie Cedeno, who's 1 for 3 tonight. And Storen whips that one right in there, 95. Second baseman Josh Harrison next.
Wasn't a strike, but it was a good one. Nice slider.
He's got that fastball whistling in tonight.
A lot of ways you can go here if you're Drew Storen. You go backdoor sinker. You can go slider away, or you can throw the slider right at Cedeno and let it work back.
Defensive swing on a bouncing ball to Danny Espinosa. 2 down. Josh Harrison will be next. Josh Harrison, leadoff single back in the 7th. They sacrificed him, and he never left second base. On the Gorzelani strikeouts of Brandon Wood and Alex Presley. First pitch swinging to Hopper, Ian Desmond. Time to plant and fire. Michael Morse has it. And this one is into the bottom of the 9th. All 3 of our hitters, Morse, Espinosa, and Ramos, have had walk-off swings this year.
update. We got a tie ball game at 1-1. Roger Bernardina tying this thing up in the 6th inning, Ray, and a chance to win it here in the bottom of the 9th.
Well, two very pitchers that were very sharp, Johnny, all night long. Our offense still not hitting on all cylinders, nor is theirs. And just take your hats off for the pitchers.
Absolutely. We have had walk-off home runs to win ball games before. Let's see if we can get a run across and win this baby in the bottom of the 9th. Back upstairs to Bob and FP.
Thank you, Johnny. We've got the hitters up there to do it, FP. All three of these guys have done it this year.
Yeah, Michael Morse did it. Came around first base and smoked himself in the helmet about 8 times, digging himself as he should. Danny Espinosa did it. How cool is that one? A 3-run job to cap off an amazing rally. And then Wilson Ramos. And that one was far where that one landed. So you know it's on these guys' mind. And if they tell you it isn't, they're lying to you.
Well, may the Gatorade flow sometime here soon. Bottom of the 9th inning. The new pitcher for the Pirates is right-hander Tim Wood. He's been in the big leagues now for about 3 weeks. 13 saves down there. But right now they're using him as a pretty good setup guy to get the ball to Joel Hanrahan. Michael Morse is 0 for 3. Danny Espinosa 0 for 3. Ramos 0 for 2 with a walk.
Fastball slider change from Wood. Mostly fastball slider to righties. His fastball goes about 95 miles an hour.
Michael Morse, first pitch, base hit. Winning runs aboard, leading off the 9th.
Just a lousy single this time from Michael Morse, but right back up the middle. And welcome to the ball game, Tim Wood. Nice short swing. Nats are in business.
Will the Nats have Danny Espinosa bunting? Third baseman Chase Darno thinks so. He's about to creep in. Overbay holds the runner at first, then he would have to charge.
You give up an out in this situation to get the winning run in scoring position based on who is coming up.
They're both right-handed.
Wilson Ramos and Ian Desmond coming up. If Davey Johnson has confidence in those two guys, he will bunt Danny Espinosa. If he doesn't, he's going to let Danny Espinosa swing.
That ball gets away. Way inside to Espinosa. And now you don't have to worry about getting the runner to second. But they still could try to bunt him to third. Nats get a huge break in the 9th inning.
Big 90-foot mistake. A great job, Danny Espinosa, getting out of the way. How many times have we seen Espinosa get hit by a pitch? He gets out of the way. He's still up. And it allows Michael Morse to get into scoring position. Runner on second. Nobody out. Now it's up to Espinosa to get him to third any way you can. A lot of times the manager will leave it up to you and say, get him over. You want to roll over on it? Go ahead and roll over on it. You want to bunt? Go ahead and bunt. But Danny Espinosa has to find a way to get Michael Morse to third base with 1 out.
And as far as the Pirates are concerned, Danny Espinosa getting on base doesn't mean a thing. Would they work around him to get to Ramos? Maybe the count will dictate that.
I mean, you could walk Danny Espinosa, and then it's up to Jim Riggleman to let Wilson Ramos hit, or he could counter with Alex Cora, and I'll put that one in the fine jar. That's on me. What is it, a $50 fine for saying the wrong manager's name now? Is that what we came up with in Kangaroo Court?
We're even. They are seriously pinching in at the corners now.
Okay, we're all adjusting.
Espinosa takes another one, and if that doesn't hit the umpire, it's back to the screen. That one hit Alan Porter in his right foot, keeping it from going back to the barrier, and he's hurt. Horrible break for the umpire and the Nats.
In a lot of ways. And Michael Moore should be standing on third base. There's nothing Alan Porter can do right there. But now it also gives Tim Wood a chance to regroup on the mound. All of a sudden the game starts moving fast. You're a young guy in a game-saving situation. You got the winning run on second base, and now you're having a little powwow out the mound. Your teammates can talk to you. It's almost like a 20-second timeout to where it gives him a chance to regroup. As a young player, the game can get away from you. It can start moving so fast, and you're seeing it in a couple balls in the dirt. And you hope Alan Porter's all right. But this gives Wood a chance to regroup. And looking at Alan Porter right now, I think he got hit in a place that you don't want to get hit in.
How about 3 pitches in this inning? First one's a base hit. Second one's a wild pitch. Third one should have been. Injures the umpire. And Tim Wood hasn't been around the plate just yet. Mike McGowan extending the courtesy of the home trainer to go out and check on the umpire. In the division tonight, the Mets at home are trailing. The Braves are ahead. The Marlins are losing big. And here's that 1-0 pitch.
And Espinosa was swinging. So no bunt right there. And that was a direct hit. There's no other way to put it.
I don't know. If I'm the Pirates, I think I want Tim Wood at least playing a little catch right here. He's been standing around out there for a while.
Yeah, maybe catch with one of the infielders, but he's definitely not going to throw it to the plate right now.
Looks like they're about to break it up. Gary Cederstrom, the crew chief who's working second base, sticks around the longest. This is a veteran move by the crew chief because if his guy is not 100% able to get into his stance and call these pitches, Gary doesn't want him out there. So the crew chief spends a lot more time with him than the other umpires, and now he slowly walks back out to second base. Here's the count. 2 balls, no strikes to Danny Espinosa. Tim Wood will throw a couple of pitches.
So they're going to walk Espinosa.
Yeah, once the count got to 2-0, they make that call.
And Wood had trouble with that pitch.
Well, it makes all the sense in the world. Although the Nats have a decision to make. If they don't have Ramos bunting, he's an obvious double play guy if he hits a ground ball.
I would love to hear that conversation. And that's a great conversation. And that's a great job by Davey Johnson. You got a young player, 23-year-old, big situation. Let him know what you're thinking so that when you step in the batter's box, there's no surprises. I'm going to tell you right now so there's nothing lost in translation what I want you to do. Whether it's bunt, whether it's, hey, get a good fastball, whatever the case may be, I'd love to see that. Good communication. Let your guy know what he's going to do in this situation.
Alex Cora will run for Michael Morris at second base. Today, Davey Johnson singled out 3 young players who he thought could do better. One of them's hit a homer, Bernardina. One of them's on deck in Desmond. And one of them's in the batter's box, Wilson Ramos. 2 on, nobody out. Ramos has 1 sacrifice bunt this year.
That was supposed to be an inside move from Wood.
And Desmond no longer on deck. It's Matt Stairs.
That was supposed to be pick up your knee, turn inside, and let me know if the hitter squares around to bunt. He just did a step off. He got the wrong sign.
And if Ramos executes the bunt, they won't pitch to Stairs.
He obviously saw something from Wilson Ramos to where they're putting on a bunt defense. Serious strategy going on.
Pirates this year are 13-8 in one-run games. The Nationals are 13-15. They're used to this sort of thing. Ramos takes a breaking ball low. They had the wheel play on, and Cora went about halfway to third base because nobody was covering second. But they had the shortstop, Ronnie Cedeno, heading over for third.
A good secondary lead by Alex Cora. It's crucial here for him to get a good lead so the bunt from Wilson Ramos gets him to third base. And I talk about this all the time. When you have everybody crashing on you, the farthest guy away is the pitcher. If you can kill the ball to the pitcher, you're not bunting into the teeth of the defense. You look where Overbay is. You look where d'Arnaud is. These guys are coming in hard, and they're right on top of you.
Ramos takes a strike right down the middle.
And the one thing Ronnie Cedeno has to be careful of, if they're going to put the wheel play on again, if he leaves too early, if he vacates shortstop and runs to third base, and the second baseman is covering first, there's nobody at second. Alex Cora can actually follow Cedeno and walk into third base if he leaves too soon.
Ramos takes it, and that's a strike on the outside corner. Now that may take away the bunt with two strikes.
And he didn't look too comfortable squaring around. Took a fastball right down the middle for the first strike. That was a borderline pitch. And in Alan Porter's defense, he's probably not seeing two straight right now.
Nobody out, two runners aboard in a tie game, bottom of the ninth, and Ramos now deals with a 1-2 count. He'll fly it to right. That will advance the runner to third. Alex Cora on the tag, and the winning run is 90 feet away.
Great job with two strikes, Wilson Ramos. That is a good at-bat, and there should be high fives all over that dugout. Couldn't get the bunt down, and what does he do? He fights with two strikes, gets a slider out over the plate, and hits it deep enough to right field where Alex Cora can advance. So game on for Matt Stairs, first and third, one out.
And again, really, this is the same for the Pirates. First and third as second and third. Will they even pitch to Matt Stairs? But there is a left-handed batter on deck in Rick Ankiel, so pick your poison if you're Pittsburgh.
Well, you can't load the bases on a guy that's thrown about 3 wild pitches in this inning.
That's true.
You can't put him in that situation, and if you do, it's advantage Nationals.
The double play is in order here for the Pirates. They're playing the middle infielders back at double play depth. Matt Stairs has 1 RBI as a natty, got it on the road trip. And he'll tap this one foul.
And for everybody that was wondering why Matt Stairs DH'd in Anaheim a couple of games, it was so that when he was called upon in a situation like this, he had his time and he had something to go up there with. You don't play for a couple of weeks. You go up in a game-winning situation. You don't have your timing. Everybody looks like they're throwing 110. So at least he has some at-bats under his belt for this situation.
Matt Stairs, there it goes, heading for the wall. Nationals win.
So you get a couple at-bats in Anaheim, you get your timing down, all of a a sudden you got some ammo to go up there with, and what do? You win a baseball game for your club. That's a great at-bat from Matt Stairs. Another character-building win for the Washington Nationals, and let's make it our fourth drive of the game. Why not? Matt Stairs gets a pitch out over the plate, puts a tremendous swing on that ball, and as soon as he makes contact, everybody out of the dugout, this game was over. Look at the extension, head down, and that's the pinch hitter the Nationals thought they were getting. Game winner for Matt Stairs. Way to go.
Matt Stairs with his second RBI as a Nat. Probably the hardest he's hit a ball all year in a Washington uniform. And it's a game winner, and the Nats walk off with their 14th one-run win of the year. And the weekend is off to a great start with a 2-1 win over Pittsburgh.
Give Wilson Ramos credit for getting the runner over. Give him a half an RBI, and way to go, Nationals. Way to go, Matt Stairs.
Debbie Taylor with Matt Stairs.
Okay, thank you very much, Matt. What were you looking for there?
Hitting the ball hard. You get in that situation where you get in a situation where you just want to drive the ball hard, never get in the bat, and got a pitch to hit, and it was a nice hit. It was a good feeling.
No Gatorade, just bubble gum today. Matt, how did those at bats in Anaheim help you today?
Well, I think a lot. I think when you get 10 at bats on a road trip, you start feeling good, and you get better timing. Just the confidence in putting out there and knowing you have a situation to come through, and came through. It was a nice at bat. We won the game.
You were 9-1 here at home in the month of June, and a nice way to start the month of July. How good are you guys feeling about the way you're playing here in D.C.? Jerry Hairston with the shaving cream pie. Bob, we'll go back up to you.
That's all right. I went down.
Bubblegum, shaving cream, hey, whatever it takes when you win a ball game, the Nats are happy to taste it. For FP and Debbie, Bob Carpenter, Washington 2, Pittsburgh 1. Join us tomorrow night, Game 2 of the doubleheader, 7:05. This has been a presentation of Masson. Nats Extra coming up, and from the booth, see you later.